Hi everyone, so many of you have been asking for some at-home facial tips on how to look after your skin during the times of isolation with changes in diet, lifestyle, different foods, maybe not drinking enough water, lots of changes going on the skin. So step one of your facial at home is to create yourself a nice zone, an area where you can feel really relaxed, really comfortable. Put your pajamas on, get your slippers and socks on, light a candle or burn some essential oils and really take a few deep breaths, really relax, and then go into your facial routine because it's all part of actually making you feel good as well as the skin benefits that we're going to talk about. So once you've prepared yourself, you've prepared your zone, you're nice and comfy, you've got a lovely smell around you, you're going to start your facial process. And the first step to a facial always, and the first step in your skincare regime always, is cleansing. So I'm going to cleanse with Ultimate Cleanse, which is my cleanser of choice every day. And what you're going to do with your cleanser is literally take it and smooth it and massage it. And I think in a facial at home, you're going to massage a lot more than you would normally do on a day-to-day basis. So first of all, you want to smooth it all over the face. Make sure you get into the nose creases, into the nose wings, right up into the hairline, across the whole face, under the chin, over the lip. Get down the neck. Make sure as well that you focus on this area here. It often gets forgotten. You also focus on here, particularly if you have a pronounced crease here. You want to make sure that you get in there to stop blackheads from forming. Really work onto the nose wings and here into the sides of the nose. Really work here into the sides of the nose. Make sure as well you come right out to the ears. If I'm cleansing and if you're cleansing, you want to be getting into this area where we see a lot of blackheads, even into the ears if you want to. Get around behind the ears and go right behind the neck as well. So a whole face is really from completely into the hairline, right the way up to the ears, behind the neck, and down and onto the chest if you can do that at home. So once you've got your cleanser smoothed into everywhere that you want it, you can really be quite deep with your massaging. Lots of drainage. Remember, all of this is going to help to remove fluid, drain toxins, eliminate that dullness on the skin, help move through any breakouts. It should be quite firm. I'm feeling a deep sweeping, if that helps to explain it. And then down the sides of the neck. You can knuckle here. Knuckling is great when you're cleansing. An Ultimate Cleanse gives the most perfect kind of medium to do it with. It gives you that kind of slip and glide across the skin. So you can massage, and we would massage actually Ultimate Cleanse at the beginning of a facial under steam. We would do it for quite a long time. So you have the ability to do that at home. Really working it in. If you want to go over eye makeup, you can literally take your eye makeup off with it. If you have a different cleanser of choice, you can still follow some of this massage. You can still work with your knuckles, providing your cleanser has got that slip to it. Remember again to go to the ears, the earlobes, behind the ears, around the back of the neck, down the chest. Focus on the chin, under the chin, over the upper lip. Don't forget the tip of your nose and into the sort of sides of the nose and into the nose wings. Nose wings, I mean kind of this bit here, look. And once you've done all of that and you feel like this has really been worked in, but also that you've had a really good invigorating massage, then you're going to rinse that off and then start the rest of your facial process. I would take this off with the cleansing mitts and warm water and literally sweep everything away and then have a lovely clear canvas to go on to the next stage. After your cleansing, you can refresh and spritz with your liquid facial de-stress. It's super hydrating, calming, soothing. And then I'm going to use liquid facial resurfacer, which contains lots of little micro acids to get rid of any dryness, any dead cells on the surface. This is part of that exfoliating process. Really good to get into the nose creases, underneath here, anywhere that you see sort of a build-up of congestion or you just want to smooth. And this is going to make the skin really ready to absorb all of your serums and oils and get the most out of your facial. So after your cleansing, the next stage is to do any kind of peeling, exfoliants. So I'm going to use an ampule from the Radiance Recharge system. This is actually a 10-day system to get real skin glow at home. And there are some lactic acid ampules just in this collection. So I'm going to use the lactic acid as a gentle exfoliant. So it's going to really get rid of all the dead skin cells on the surface. It's going to help to break up the bonds between the dead cells so that it makes the skin more penetrable to all the oils and the serums and everything that we're putting on afterwards. So you literally just take your ampule and then spread it all over the face. Really easy to apply. If you've got enough, you can pop some onto the back of the hands. Make sure you work all the way down the décolleté and the chest. And this will have a really great brightening and decongesting effect. Then we're going to use the Pro Hydra Mist Steamer. The Pro Hydra Mist Steamer is going to help to infuse the lactic acid. It's going to give me a really intensive treatment that's kind of similar to what we would do in the treatment room. So in the treatment room, we would be using a professional steamer. We might use professional strength lactic, mandelic, salicylic peels. And this one is your really sort of at-home exfoliant version. When you're using your steamer at home, just keep it on a tabletop. I'm holding mine, but just so that you can see it. But it's best if it's sat on a sort of stable tabletop. This is brilliant for just very gently steaming. It uses microfine particles, little nanoparticles of moisture mist. And so it doesn't dehydrate and dry out, and it's not aggressive on the skin. In fact, it's actually quite hydrating at the same time. So this is perfect to do for, say, 5 minutes after you've done your cleansing, before we move on to masks and massage. So after you've fully prepped the skin, so all your cleansing, your exfoliants, your micro peels, your steaming, is when we're going to move on to masks. And at the moment, what we all really need is masses of hydration, comfort, soothing, hydration. So I'm going to use 3D Moisture Infusion. This is a sheet mask, which is made from a biocellulose material that really sucks onto the skin like a second skin. So it infuses this incredible serum into the skin and gives a plumping, hydration, comforting to your skin. So I'm going to just peel off the outer sides of this and just pop it onto the face. So I've just taken off one of the gauze pieces. I'll just show you how that kind of comes off. And then you just literally put this onto the face. You can see I'm going to take off the second piece of gauze, which was covering the whole thing there. It's a really attractive look. Great if you're home alone. Oh, and it's so comforting and refreshing. I can literally feel the skin going and taking all of that moisture in. These little pieces here, if you're at home, are to cover the eyes with. So if you're lying down, you can just flick these up over the eyelids and work on those. I'm going to keep mine down just so that I can keep working on this here. Really rub in all of that moisture, go over your lips, take any excess down the neck. What you do get in here as well is the two sides of the mask. So those gauze pieces that I told you to sort of take off, these can be really useful to use. So sometimes we would say then take that and use it as a neck mask. At the moment, I'm going to suggest that actually whilst you sit with the face mask on, you just pop these onto the hands. So if your hands are feeling really overwashed, sanitized, they're sore, maybe they're really dry, this is a really nice sort of little hand treatment at the same time as you're having a mask. So really get your face and hands all in one with this. Again, any masks that you want to choose to use. We also have platinum stem cell eye mask, which I was debating, should I put this on or should I put that on? And I wanted the whole face of hyaluronic infusion, but you can also specifically treat this area. And it might be if you're doing 2 facials a week, one time you do the full face, the next time you do an eye treatment. If you want to keep your massage shorter, one time do the eye massage and the eye mask, and another time do the face and the face mask. So you can customize it to whatever it is that you want to be doing for your skin. So I'm going to lay back and let this infuse for like 10-20 minutes. So your next step is your facial massage. This is a really important part of your facial, and you can do this with an oil that you've maybe got at home, or we've got a choice. So we've got Glow, which is a really good sort of anti-anxiety, beautifully therapeutic smelling essential oil blend in there, which works with these incredible skincare actives to give you the glow. We also have platinum stem cell elixirs. So if you're somebody that's more concerned about advanced signs of aging, then that's going to be your option. Or we have our iconic overnight facial. So this one has got loads of omegas and peptides and vitamin A and lots of things for skin brightening. This is going to be my choice today. So you take a couple of pumps of your oil. So with me, of my overnight facial. Then you pop that between your fingertips, and then what you need to do before you start your massage is literally just place this over the face and take 3 really deep breaths, inhaling in the beautiful smell. If you do this, it will give you that real sense of calm, of relaxation. It will help to sort of ground you and make you feel just more centered. And if you do that before you do your massage, you can really get into that whole sort of massage routine. So once you've done the inhalation, you're then going to smooth the product all over the face, right up the forehead into the hairline. You want to go around the back of the neck. You want to go behind the ears, onto the earlobes, and down the neck and onto the chest at home if you can, so that you've really smoothed this all over. Then you can take some really nice deep massage movements. So really working up and onto the face. When you do this, you should have a firm pressure, but not too hard that it hurts or it's uncomfortable. You should really work with a nice drainage pressure, but not hurting across the bones, which I hear some people do. You can really sweep and drain out. The key thing as well, when you're doing this kind of massage, is to keep your fingers and your hands as flexible as possible. Can you really let them mold into the face? We'll do a couple more of these so that you can just try. Let them mold, let your fingers be like jelly, and let them kind of see how they're just literally contouring the face. And then you can use that lovely palm of the hand to just sculpt and lift. So if you're going across the cheekbones here, if you can just get right in and use that part to give you that lovely sculpting, that will also feel really good for draining away any toxins, any fluid, any tension. And then you want to really bring that down the sides of the neck. We have the lymph nodes just by the ear here. And so these actually are where you get a lot of toxin build-up and fluid build-up. And so if you can really drain down the sides of the neck from there, that's going to really help to move some of those toxins and brighten up the skin. And then just down to the lymph node there by the collarbone. So there's some great movements to really work from the center of the face out. And again, you're doing that on the other side as well. And also, again, up onto the forehead. Then you can do yourself a little eye massage. So taking some eye recovery or your favorite eye cream, just take a little bit of that in between the fingertips and then focus just onto those orbital areas just here, just underneath the brow and just under the eyes. You can do some little circle motions just underneath the eyes. Just underneath the eyebrow. You can do some really nice stretching. So if you're worried about crow's feet here, really relax those muscles that kind of squint up and just smooth, smooth, smooth. And here again on the other side. Really nice to smooth away. Smooth away the lines. You can also do some really nice pressure massage. So if you literally push, 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 little pulsing points to help again drain any puffiness. And you can do this several times around the eyes. And then there's a point just in here which feels fantastic. So this little point just in here, if you get right into it, you'll feel it. Very good if you get headaches, if you've got tension, and most of us have got a bit of anxiety at the moment. A nice way to get hold of it is to just get your thumbs just into here and just really massage into that. And you'll feel you want to release the anxiety, release the tension in your head, and then just some gentle pushing pulses. 1, 2, 3. And then just draining out. You can do some nice pinching on the eyebrows. It's also really good to relieve some tension. If you're somebody that squints a lot, you've got the number 11s between the brows, or you've been frowning a lot with all this stress and anxiety, you've got worry and concern, try to pinch those away. Lift the eyebrows, give yourself that lovely lifting. And again, up from the eyebrows, up. You can also use your palms again to just push up. If you're at home as well, you can go right up into the hair, because if you work into the hair as well, you're going to get that scalp massage, fantastic for relieving that horrible tension. But it's an extension of the face going up into there, so we can really work the full thing. If you're not worried about how your hair looks, you're not worried about getting it greasy, run the oil right up into the scalp as well. So we've got some really nice eye massage movements there to make your eyes feel fresh and alive. And if you wanted to, you could pop on an eye mask that's specifically for that area, like platinum stem cell eye mask, or if you've got something that you love, you can use that to treat that area. And then once you've done all your deep sort of drainage movements, we're going to go into some more gymnastics, something a bit more lively. We're going to bring some blood flow into the skin. So first of all, you can start by pinching. You can do some little pinching movements, literally just like getting hold of tiny little bits of the skin and pinching. You should see now that your skin starts to go red. You should start to see a flush. We want to see the flush because the flush will be the blood pumping into the cells, bringing in oxygen, nutrients, life back into the skin. So if you're feeling like this whole experience is just making you look really dull, and you feel your skin's really dry and there's no life to it and you can't get outside and do the things you would normally do, these are the kind of movements that you can do to start to make your skin look like you've just had a run in the park or a mountain walk or something really great. You can also use some knuckling. Knuckling is also great to do. You can really work into the muscles, deeply into the muscles. This will be really good to kind of drain away, again, toxins, but also just get into those muscles to release tension. Working down the sides of the neck. And you can be quite firm with this. The key is to keep your fingers moving and to keep your fingers kind of naturally kind of supple. So not to take your fists and sort of do this because that doesn't feel very good, but actually as though you were drumming your fingers on the table or on your desk. You can do it like that so that you're rotating and you're moving them, and you'll feel this particularly into the jawline here. If you've got any jaw tension, this feels fantastic to just break into that. Take away some of those anxiety kind of feelings that you've got. And again, down the sides of the neck. And this is really good to really get the skin alive. You can also do tapping movements. And I can feel my skin getting really nice and warm now. This is what you should be experiencing if you're doing this at home. If you're finding it difficult with the two hands like that, you can literally do like this. Quite a good one to do on each other if you are actually at home with somebody. If you've got somebody that's home alone or you're home alone, don't forget to give yourself a bit of a massage. So taking your overnight facial just down the back of the neck and work on that sort of top of the shoulders, that trapezius muscle up there, which probably for most people at the moment feels really tight. You can actually give yourself a massage with that. You can do this kind of ringing on the back of the neck. Don't put pressure on the joints or the vertebrae, but just getting hold of the muscles and really giving yourself this kind of self-care, this self-love, this bit of treatment. If you're at home and you're with somebody who'll give you a neck massage, that's great. But if you're on your own, this is a great thing for you to be able to do. And again, just finishing off with some really good, sweeping, deep massaging movements. If you find that all of that seems a little bit tricky to do, we do have a little friend for you. So you could actually use the facial lift massager. This I developed about 8 years ago, and it was because lots of my clients were saying, oh, I tried to do the movements at home that you do in the treatment room, but it's really tricky. So this basically will give you a very similar kind of massage. So all you do is you hold it horizontally to the jawline, and then you push and roll, and actually the sort of wishbone shape will stretch to the shape and the size of your face. And you can push and roll all the way up to the cheekbones. Don't go higher than that onto the bones. Really focus on the lower part of the face. Really good if you've got breakouts, if you've got puffiness, if you feel sort of this heaviness in the jaw, or just really to get the skin alive. You can also do down the neck. So there you can turn it into this sort of vertical V shape, or back to front in the same sort of way as you're doing on the face. That feels really nice. There are some people as well that kind of take it and do it on the back of the neck, which you can do. No rules with this one. But I would say try not to push up like that, because it's just, when you first get them, they're quite firm. It's not very comfortable. It's much better to run with the drainage of the face, which is from the center out. And it feels really good on that jaw tension as well. Very universal product to use. There is a little tapper tool on the other end. So if you hold the rollers in your hand and you just let it swing quite flexibly, then all those areas that you can't actually roll on, you can tap, and that feels really nice. And this is bringing up the blood flow again. Superficial plumping as well by really pumping out the skin. And helping whatever product you've put on to sink into the skin nicely. That's good. When you finish your massage, whether it's with the facial lift or whether it's with your hands, your skin should feel buzzing. Mine feels like really zingy now. You could do this for 2 or 3 minutes. You could do it for 15 minutes. You can just repeat over and over again certain movements that you like the feel of. You can also get experimental. So if you think, well, I quite liked that thing that you did, but I'd like it if I did it with my fingertips or I did it in a different sort of way, try it and see kind of how it feels. Really, essentially, you want to be kind of really invigorating the skin, really working the oils into the skin and giving yourself that sort of hands-on feeling of care during this time. So when you've finished all your massage and your masks and all your great facial, you need to moisturise at the end. I'm going to use Dynamic Defense Concentrate, which is my choice of moisturiser. This has an SPF 15 in it. It's also really brightening for the skin. I use this every day. So you put your moisturiser on, make sure you've got your SPF on, make sure you've got all your protection, take it right up into the hairline. And then I would also always finish with a great lip balm. So my favourite is Overnight Lip Concentrate. I don't just use it overnight. I kind of have one in my desk, I have one in the kitchen, I have one in the bedside table. Really nourishing, moisturising, softening. It's great if your lips are feeling dehydrated at the moment as well. So you'll finish off and have that gorgeous glow, but also feel nice and relaxed after your facial. Thanks for watching our facial at home tips. Keep safe, keep well. And if you do want to ask us any more questions, please contact us at Skinesis.